First aid kits aren't a sexy subject in EFT. I'll agree with that. It's not a gun build. It's not what armor to be using. It's not what cool jumps to be doing. But the knowledge you can gain from knowing which first aid kit to choose every raid will really help you out. Also, I'm going to tell you this right now. The Grizzly has a glitch / bug, and I don't think it's either of those. I think it's intended the way to be used this way, but not many people know about it. It's a really cool feature of the Grizzly that you need to know about, and I will show it off later in this video. I made this ultimate heal guide for first aid kits so you can visually see the difference between each and every item so that it's just super simple and easy for you. So the first thing we'll talk about is AI2s. We call them cheese in the EFT community because, well, they look like craft singles. These have a use time of 2 seconds, so pretty fast. The HP pool on them is super low though. It's only 100. The max heal on it for each limb is 50 only, so every time you use it, you can only heal 50 HP points at once, and then it removes nothing. That means no heavy bleeds, no light bleeds, so you're going to have to bring bandages with you, and you're also going to bring tourniquets with you if you're using these. These are your basic bare bones first item when you first load the game up, and yes, they're not sexy or anything, but at first they are going to be your lifeblood of Tarkov when you first start. I do want to let you know that these are available from Therapist level 1 for 4,100 rubles. Also at Med Station level 1, you can craft 3 of these for 1 med pile. Let's talk about the car first aid kit now. This is going to be your first, like, look at me, I'm progressing in Tarkov first aid kit, always is. The car first aid kit, it has a 3-second use time for it. It has an HP pool of 220. The max heal it can do in one use is 70 HP points. And it does remove light bleeds only, which is still awesome, which means if you want, you can leave the bandages at home, but you have to remember that if you use this to stop a light bleed, it does use 50 HP points out of the 220 that it starts with. Also, make sure you're bringing tourniquets with you because you still will get heavy bleeds, and this won't remove them. So from level 1 therapist, you will be able to get this right away. It's going to be a barter at first. You can barter 1 humpback salmon can for 1 car first aid kit, and then it does look like from level 1 you can buy it. But remember, I've done a lot of tasks, so this is locked actually behind a task called sanitary standards. It's the second task therapist gives to you, and you have to find a gas analyzer, but once you finish that task you will be able to purchase it for 7,300 rubles. Solua is the next first aid kit I want to talk to you about, and I don't know why, but this is the most iconic one to me. Like this, when I think of Tarkov first aid kits, I think right away of the Solua. So the use time on it is 3 seconds. The HP pool is quite a bit bigger than the car first aid kit. It's 400. Your max heal is 85, and it stops light bleeds and heavy bleeds, which is unreal. But remember, if you're going to stop a light bleed with this, it does take 45 HP resources from the 400. And if you're going to stop a heavy bleed with this thing, it's going to take 175 HP from the 400 HP resource. From level 1 med station, there is a craft for this. It's going to be the 2 painkillers, 2 bandages, 1 hemostat, and 2 tourniquets, and you can craft 1 Solua. And you're probably going to want to do this because the first task therapist gives you is to find 3 enraged Soluas. So this is going to be something you're going to be doing right away, but you do have to first find the hemostats, as every other item is available to you from level 1 traders. From level 1 therapist, you can barter for 1 of these. It's 1 can of paid for 1 Solua, and you can also buy one from level 2 therapist for 23,000 rubles, but you have to remember, even if you get unlocked therapist level 2, it's not available right away because you have to first finish Postman Pat Part 2, and then it'll be available to you. So you have to jump through a couple of hoops, but you will get it there from therapist level 2. The IFAK is a fantastic first aid kit. It's 1 by 1. The use time is 3 seconds. The HP pool on it is 300. Your max heal on it is only 50, yes, but it also does remove light bleeds and heavy bleeds. So for light bleeds, it's going to take up 30 HP from the IFAK itself. And if you're going to use it to remove heavy bleeds, it's going to remove 210 HP points from 300. So do not use this to remove heavy bleeds. I would recommend having a tourniquet or something, but it's still a fantastic kit. From level 2 therapist, you can barter for one of these. It is 1 pack of sodium, gets you 1 IFAK. And then once you complete healthcare privacy part 1, you're going to be able to buy one of these from therapist level 3 for 27,000 rubles. For med station level 2, you can craft 2 of these at a time by using 2 pile of meds, 2 army bandages, and 1 tourniquet. And in 47 minutes, you'll get 2 IFAKs. The APAC is the newest first aid kit added to Tarkov. It just got added a little while ago, nothing crazy, but just recently. It looks like an all black IFAK. Now, it does have a 3-second use time. It has 400 HP pool on it. The max heal it can do is 60. It can remove light bleeds and heavy bleeds. If you're going to remove a light bleed, it takes away 30 HP from the total pool. And then if you're going to remove a heavy bleed, it's going to remove 170 HP from the 400 pool. You can purchase these from Peacekeeper level 4 for $297, but you have to make sure that you complete Wet Job Part 5 first, and then they'll be available to you. From level 3 med station, you're going to be able to craft these using 2 IFAKs, 1 army bandage, and 1 cat. Now, I know it seems kind of ridiculous to use 2 IFAKs for this, but remember, if you have, say, 2 IFAKs laying around because you used them in raid already and they have maybe like 30 HP out of 300 left on them or something, this is a way to condense them and to get something else out of it. I wouldn't really recommend this barter that much. It's I don't know, it's not the greatest, but it is there if you want to use it. Last but not least, we've got the Grizzly. This is the ultimate medical kit. It does say it's a 5-second use time, but there is, like I said, that little glitch kind of thing at the end I'm going to show you here. The HP pool on it is 1800, so it is huge. The max heal on it is 175. It does remove light bleeds and heavy bleeds. So if you're going to do light bleeds, remember it takes away 40 HP, and if you use it for heavy bleeds, it only removes 130 HP. On top of that, though, it also removes fractures, so you don't need to bring any splints in with you. But remember that if you are using this to remove a splint or like a broken limb, it is going to take 50 HP away from the Grizzly kit, but it has 1800. Who cares, right? Like it's a beast. It also removes confusion and it removes pain. The other thing I want you to know about with the Grizzly is it's a 2x2 item, so it is quite big. From therapist level 2, you can barter for one of these with 1 gas analyzer and 1 UV lamp. And then also at level 4 therapist, you can just outright buy these for 49,000 rubles. There is one other barter though. Jaeger level 2, it's 1 wooden clock for a Grizzly. Medstation level 3, you can craft 2 of these at once. You just need 4 piles of meds, 2 cats, and 1 aluminum splint. I do this craft all the time. I think it's a banger. But again, remember, the Grizzly is a 2x2 item. But now let me go show you what's really cool about the Grizzly. Okay, so I'm on the map Woods. I hurt my 2 legs. As you can see, 1 out of 47, 1 out of 45, my left leg and my right leg. Now I have my Grizzly hotkeyed, and I'm just going to press, to heal it. I'm just going to hotkey the 4. We're going to just heal it like we normally would say, right? So it's going to take 5 seconds. Right? It takes 5 seconds to use this thing. But did you know that we can actually cancel the animation halfway through, if that, and it'll still do the same thing without taking 5 seconds? That's what's crazy about this Grizzly, you guys. So you see how my left leg is red? I'm going to heal until that left leg is gray again, and then I'm going to cancel the animation by pressing right mouse button or right click. Okay, watch. Heal. Now it's going to go gray right now, and I canceled the animation. And as you can see, I still have it maxed out. And that's what's really cool, is it takes like 2 seconds to heal most limbs as long as you cancel the animation. So it's really fast, really convenient. And some people are calling it a glitch. Some people call it a bug, but I think it's intentional. I really do think it's intentional, and it's one of the perks of just having an item that's huge, a 2x2. It's very expensive. Now I know what you're asking kind of me is like, Geeks, I am a new player, what should I be using? It's pretty much whatever you have available to you. If you only have AI2s, use AI2s. You have to, right? You need some sort of heal when you go into raid. If you are available to use car med kits, use those. They're fantastic. Even though they only heal light bleeds, don't worry about the heavy bleed thing, because you're going to bring tourniquets with you. You're going to have some sort of hemostat on you. Like for me, I can buy Saluas, right? I can buy them, and even when I bring a Salua in, I never use it for a heavy bleed. That's only if, like, worst case scenario. I always use a hemostat or tourniquets. Always bring them in with me, because it takes away so much of the HP pool of that first aid kit. So as long as it heals light bleeds, which every single kit does except for the AI2, you are good to go. Me personally, I like to bring in a Salua. I don't know why. It just feels like, you know, it has 400 just like the AFAK, but I just feel like it's iconic and I just always go for it, right? Also IFAKs, because I do play slabs quite a bit and I get a lot of IFAKs and AFAKs from them. So I use pretty much whatever's at my fingertips. But again, if you are min-maxing, if you're like Geeks, I'm the best of the best, I min-max everything. It's of course the Grizzly. The answer is the Grizzly. If you want to min-max, you want to use the best of the best, you don't have to bring in tourniquets, you don't have to bring in splints. This covers everything. The Grizzly is just so good. And to be honest, the craft for them is fantastic. I do that craft all the time. So if you're a min-maxer, of course the Grizzly. And if you're a regular player, hey, as long as it can heal light bleeds and you bring in the tourniquets, you're good to go. Don't stress over it too much. But I do want to show you the differences. I do want to show you the barters, and I did want to show you the crafts. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, remember, subscribe to the channel. It's free for you guys. It means the world to me. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.